Hi, welcome back to Science 1206, the motion unit. I'm Ms. Ledwell, and in this video, we'll discuss using significant figures in mixed operations calculations. Let's begin. In our previous video, we discussed significant figures when we're adding or subtracting and multiplying or dividing. In this video, we'll talk about using significant figures in calculations with mixed operations. So a combination of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. When performing calculations with mixed operations, rounding only occurs at the last step. This is to prevent the buildup of inaccuracies resulting from multiple roundings. Also, you need to remember your rules for the order of operations, as well as the separate significant figures rules for adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing. Recall that the rules for the order of operations are brackets first, followed by multiplication or division as they fall in order, and then addition or subtraction as they fall in order from left to right. Let's look at an example. In this example, we'll need to do the brackets first. That's according to the rules of order of operations. When we add the numbers in the brackets, we get 0.5084. According to the rules for adding, our answer should have the same number of decimal places as the least number of decimal places in the problem, which is 3. You'll notice here I have 4, and that's because when we do calculations with mixed operations, we don't round till we get into the last step. We need to remember that even though I have 4 decimal places here, according to the rules, the answer should go to 3 decimal places. We're just saving our rounding to the end. So sometimes it's helpful, like I've done here, to underline it to help you to remember that. Now we'll perform our last operation, which is to divide, and when we put this into our calculator, we get 51.861675. So we have the answer now. We need to deal with our significant figures. Remember that according to the rules for addition, this answer should have 3 decimal places. And 3 decimal places in this instance also means 3 significant figures. The second number has 4 significant digits. The rule for multiplying or dividing is your answer has the least number of significant digits as what is in your problem. So the least number of significant digits is 3. We need to have 3 significant digits in our answer. So the answer with the correct number of significant digits and using our rounding rules is 51.9. Let's look at another example. According to the order of operations, we must do our brackets first. When we complete the addition in the brackets, we get 53.564. And remember that, like we did in the previous example, we're going to save our rounding to the end, but we note here that according to the rules, the answer should go to 2 decimal places because in the problem above, the least number of decimal places was 2. So, like I did previously, I'm just going to underline that to carry it through and help me remember. So now I'm going to do my division. And I punch it in my calculator and I get 3.95750,877. So I need to go back and use my rules for significant figures. Our first number has 5 significant digits, and our second number, according to the rules for addition, has 2 decimal places, which this would be 4 significant figures. Our answer then, according to the rules for multiplying and dividing, should have 4 significant digits because that's the least number of significant digits in our problem. With 4 significant digits and our rounding, the answer would be 3.958. Now let's take a look at significant figures and scientific notation. Recall that scientific notation is a way of expressing numbers that are too large or too small to be conveniently written in decimal form. For example, 5 million can be written as 5 times 10 to the 6 in scientific notation. And 0.000049 can be written as 4.9 times 10 to the negative 5. When using scientific notation, all significant figures in the original number should be included when you write the number in scientific notation. For example, 3,500 has 2 significant figures, and it is written as 3.5 times 10 to the power of 3 in scientific notation. Notice that there are also 2 significant figures in the answer, and that 10 raised to a certain power does not count when determining your significant figures. Now it's time to pause this video so we can do some practice on using significant figures in scientific notation. Grab a pencil and some paper, or open up a blank document on your electronic device. Number your paper or document from 1 to 5. As each problem in the table and the next slides are revealed, write down your answer. We will then review the correct answers one by one. After numbering your paper or document, please resume this instructional video. As each number in the table is revealed, pause the video and write down your answer in scientific notation using the correct number of significant figures. Once you've recorded your answer, resume the video and we'll go through the answer together, and then do that for the next problem. Our first problem is 3045.5. Write that number in scientific notation with the correct number of significant figures. And our answer is 3.0455 times 10 to the 3. There were 5 significant digits in our original number, and there are 5 significant digits in our answer with scientific notation. Next, we have 5,119. And the answer is 5.119 times 10 to the power of 3. There were 4 significant digits in the number, and there are 4 in the number with scientific notation. Next, we have 0.000098. And the answer is 9.8 times 10 to the negative 5. There were 2 significant digits in our original number, and there are 2 in our answer. Next, we have 650.0. The answer is 6.500 times 10 to the power of 2. In this case, there were 4 significant digits in the problem, and we have 4 in the answer in scientific notation. And last, we have 9,100. In scientific notation, this would be 9.1 times 10 to the power of 3. There were 2 significant digits in the problem, and we have 2 in our answer with scientific notation. Now it's time to do some review of significant figures. Please complete the learning activities you'll find in Brightspace.